On a rainy morning, the paperboy was still diligently riding his bike down the wet road, delivering newspapers like any other day. When he reached an old man's porch, he handed over the paper and bowed. The old man looked at him and gently asked, "What do you think you're doing?" The boy simply replied, "I'm just delivering papers to earn some money." But the old man shook his head, smiled, and said, "No, you're practicing perseverance and responsibility." That simple remark was like a light shining on the boy's thoughts. In that moment, he began to see his familiar task with new eyes, deeper and more meaningful. From then on, a quiet seed of change was planted in his heart. After the conversation with the old man, the boy began to change the way he delivered newspapers. Instead of just dropping them off and leaving, he would pause for a moment to greet people, smile, and observe those he met each morning. For the elderly living alone, he left a small note saying, "Wishing you a peaceful day." At first, it was just an experiment, but the warm reactions from people made him realize something. A task that seemed boring could bring joy when done with heart. He wasn't just delivering news, he was connecting people, a small light in someone's morning. He began to understand that self-worth doesn't lie in the job title, but in the way you choose to perform it each day. Although life was still difficult, the boy wanted to do something kind for the people around him. One evening, he took old paper, folded small cards by hand, drew a few flowers, and wrote messages like, "Have a nice day." The next morning, he tucked each card into a newspaper and delivered them as usual. He didn't expect anything in return, but the bright smiles, emotional glances, and heartfelt thanks warmed his heart. That was when he realized, to give, you don't need to be rich. You only need to have a caring heart. A small, sincere act is enough to make a difference. He understood that the value of giving lies not in material things, but in the genuine care you show. When he changed the way he viewed himself, people around him also started to treat him differently. Those who once saw him only as the paperboy now began to respect him and communicate with him in a new way. They didn't just call him by name. They started asking him for help with small tasks in their lives. This shift came from his own work ethic, self-respect, and initiative. When he showed confidence and commitment in his work, others noticed and responded with respect and trust. This proved that when you change how you see yourself, you can change how others perceive and treat you. One day, a successful man from the neighborhood unexpectedly approached the boy and said, "I've been watching you for a year now. You have a rare spirit of service and dedication. Would you like to work at my printing shop?" The boy was surprised, but decided to accept. It was an unexpected opportunity, and from that moment on, his life took a new turn. He started his journey of learning a trade, developing skills, and gradually escaping poverty. This story shows that sometimes an unexpected offer can be a turning point, opening up new opportunities and completely changing our future. Years later, the boy who once delivered newspapers had become the owner of a small publishing company. When asked about his success, he shared, "It all began when I realized that delivering newspapers wasn't just a simple job, but an opportunity to develop a spirit of service, gratitude, and belief in my ability to create value. That mindset completely changed my life." He understood that when you change the way you think and view your work, everything around you changes as well. From there, he found the path to growth, built his career, and created a different life.